Imagine a small village on a stormy night. Dark clouds filled the sky. Thunder echoed across the hills. Lightning flashed again and again above the rooftops. Inside a modest family home, a child was about to be born. His name was Nikola Tesla. He entered the world on July 10, 1856, during one of the most powerful storms the village had seen in years. According to a popular story, the midwife looked at the lightning outside and called the newborn child a child of darkness. But Tesla's mother disagreed. She said he would be a child of light. Years later, those words would seem almost prophetic. As a young boy, Nikola was different from other children. He was curious about everything. He constantly observed the world around him. He wanted to understand how things worked. Why did water flow? Why did birds fly? Why did machines move? Questions filled his mind from an early age. His father was a priest and hoped Nikola would follow a religious path. But Tesla was fascinated by science and invention. His mother played an important role in shaping his future. Although she never received a formal education, she was remarkably inventive. She created tools and household devices to make daily work easier. Nikola admired her creativity. Later in life, he often credited her for inspiring his imagination. As he grew older, Tesla developed abilities that amazed people around him. He possessed an extraordinary memory. He could remember long passages from books. He could perform complex calculations in his head. And he often visualized objects with incredible clarity. Sometimes he could imagine entire machines before they existed. These mental images felt almost real. While other children played games, Tesla often became absorbed in his thoughts. He imagined inventions. He imagined new technologies. He imagined a future that nobody else could yet see. Nature fascinated him. He loved exploring forests, rivers, and open fields. But nothing captured his attention more than lightning. Storms filled him with wonder. Each flash seemed powerful, mysterious, almost alive. He dreamed of understanding that power. He dreamed of controlling it. He dreamed of using it to improve human life. At the time, electricity was still poorly understood. Most people could not imagine how important it would become. But young Nikola sensed that something extraordinary was hidden within those flashes of light. Without realizing it, he was already moving toward the purpose that would define his life. One day, his ideas would illuminate cities. They would power industries. They would help shape the modern world. But for now, he was simply a curious boy standing beneath a stormy sky, watching lightning dance across the horizon and wondering what secrets it might reveal. Nikola Tesla was not an ordinary student. From a young age, his mind worked differently. He could remember entire books after reading them only once. He could solve complex problems in his head. And most remarkably, he could imagine machines in incredible detail. Many inventors needed drawings. Many needed models. Tesla often needed neither. He could build inventions inside his mind. He could rotate them, test them, improve them, all without touching a single tool. As he grew older, Tesla attended engineering schools and studied mathematics, physics, and mechanics. His teachers quickly noticed his extraordinary abilities. Some admired him. Others doubted what they were seeing. Tesla often worked far beyond what was expected. He studied for long hours. Sometimes he barely slept. His curiosity seemed endless. But his life was not without struggles. There were periods of illness. There were financial difficulties. And there were moments when the pressure became overwhelming. Yet Tesla refused to abandon his dreams. While many engineers focused on existing technology, Tesla thought about the future. At the time, electricity was still a new and rapidly growing field. Most systems used direct current, known as DC. But Tesla believed there was a better way. A more efficient way. A system that could carry electricity across much greater distances. The idea fascinated him. Again and again, he returned to it. He imagined generators, motors, power lines, entire cities illuminated by electric light. Slowly, the vision became clearer. Tesla knew that if he could prove his ideas, the world might change forever. But first, he needed an opportunity. And that opportunity would soon appear on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. America was calling. And Tesla was ready to answer. In 1884, Nikola Tesla arrived in New York City. He carried little money, few possessions, and a head full of ideas. America was growing rapidly. Factories were expanding. Cities were becoming brighter. Electricity was transforming modern life. Tesla believed he could help shape this future. Soon after arriving, he found work with Thomas Edison. Edison was already famous. He was one of the most respected inventors in the world. At first, Tesla admired him. Both men were brilliant. Both worked tirelessly. But they saw electricity very differently. Edison supported direct current, or DC. Tesla believed alternating current, known as AC, was the better solution. The disagreement would eventually become one of the most famous rivalries in history. Tesla worked long hours. He solved difficult engineering problems. His contributions impressed many people. Yet tensions continued to grow. According to Tesla, Edison promised a large payment if certain technical challenges were solved. Tesla completed the work. But the reward never came. When he asked about the payment, Edison reportedly laughed. Tesla felt betrayed. The relationship quickly deteriorated. Eventually, he resigned. Once again, he faced uncertainty. Once again, he found himself alone. But leaving Edison would prove to be one of the most important decisions of his life. Soon, he would find new allies. And together, they would launch a battle that would change the future of electricity forever. After leaving Edison's company, Nikola Tesla faced difficult times. There were days when he struggled to find work. There were days when he questioned his future. But he never abandoned his ideas. Tesla remained convinced that alternating current was the future of electricity. Eventually, he found an important supporter. His name was George Westinghouse. Unlike many others, Westinghouse understood the potential of Tesla's system. He saw an opportunity to change the world. Together, they began developing the AC electrical network. But success would not come easily. Thomas Edison continued promoting direct current. He believed DC was safer. He believed AC was dangerous. The disagreements soon became public. Newspapers covered the rivalry. Engineers debated the issue. Investors watched closely. The conflict became known as the War of Currents. Edison launched campaigns to convince the public that alternating current was deadly. Demonstrations were organized. Fear spread. But Tesla refused to back down. Instead, he focused on proving that his technology worked. Then came a defining moment. The 1893 World's Fair in Chicago. Millions of visitors attended the event. It was one of the largest exhibitions ever organized. Tesla and Westinghouse won the contract to illuminate the fair. As darkness fell, thousands of electric lights suddenly came to life. The crowd was amazed. The display was unlike anything people had seen before. For many visitors, it felt like looking into the future. The success was impossible to ignore. Soon after, another opportunity appeared. The Niagara Falls project. The goal was ambitious. Use the power of one of the world's greatest waterfalls to generate electricity. Tesla's alternating current system was selected. When the project succeeded, the debate was effectively over. Electricity could now travel across long distances efficiently. Cities could grow. Industries could expand. Entire regions could be powered. Tesla's vision had become reality. The war of currents was ending. And Nikola Tesla had changed the future forever. After the success of alternating current, Nikola Tesla became one of the most famous inventors in the world. His laboratories attracted attention from scientists, journalists, and investors. But Tesla was not interested in repeating old successes. His thoughts were already focused on the future. He imagined technologies that most people considered impossible. One of his most famous inventions was the Tesla Coil. The device produced spectacular electrical discharges. Visitors who entered his laboratory often witnessed lightning-like sparks filling the room. The demonstrations made Tesla seem almost magical. Yet behind the spectacle was serious science. Tesla also experimented with radio technology. He developed ideas for wireless communication long before it became common. He imagined a world connected without wires. A world where information could travel instantly across great distances. Many people considered such ideas unrealistic. Tesla disagreed. In Colorado Springs, he conducted some of his most ambitious experiments. Massive electrical discharges illuminated the night sky. Thunder-like sounds echoed across the landscape. The experiments attracted curiosity and sometimes concern. Tesla believed he was uncovering new possibilities for humanity. His imagination seemed limitless. He spoke about wireless power, remote control, global communication networks, technologies that would only become reality decades later. To some people, he was a genius. To others, a dreamer. Perhaps he was both. The world admired his inventions. But Tesla was already thinking beyond them. His greatest dream was still ahead. A project so ambitious that it would ultimately define the final chapter of his life. By the early 20th century, Nikola Tesla had already changed the world. Cities were illuminated by electricity. Industries relied on power systems inspired by his inventions. His ideas had helped shape the modern age. Yet his personal life was becoming increasingly difficult. Tesla's greatest remaining dream was the Wardenclyffe Tower. It was an ambitious project. He believed it could transmit information across the world without wires. He also hoped it might one day transmit electrical power itself. If successful, the project could transform global communication. Construction began. The tower rose above the landscape. For a moment, it seemed as though another revolutionary breakthrough was within reach. But progress was slow. Costs continued to rise. Investors became concerned. Eventually, financial support disappeared. Without funding, the project could not continue. Tesla watched as his dream began to collapse. The tower remained unfinished. Years later, it would be demolished. The loss was devastating. Many of Tesla's future plans disappeared with it. As time passed, new inventors and companies dominated the headlines. Tesla became less visible. His financial situation worsened. He moved between hotels. Sometimes he struggled to pay his bills. The world that once celebrated him seemed to be moving on. Yet Tesla never stopped thinking. He never stopped imagining. He continued developing ideas and filling notebooks with concepts far ahead of their time. In his later years, he found comfort in a simple routine. He spent time feeding pigeons in New York City parks. Many people saw an elderly man caring for birds. Few realized they were looking at one of history's greatest inventors. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla died alone in a hotel room in New York. He was 86 years old. At the time, many people believed his story had ended. But they were wrong. Today, Tesla's influence is everywhere. Electric motors, power grids, wireless communication, modern technology. His ideas helped build the world we live in. The boy who dreamed about lightning never truly stopped dreaming. And those dreams continue to power humanity's future. Which part of Nikola Tesla's story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more stories that changed the world.